This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by GoDaddy.
Hey everyone, my name is Annie. I'm here with...
I'm Jackie.
And we decided that here on App Judgment, it is time. You're old enough, we're old enough. It's time we had the little talk. Now, when two people love each other very much, they join together as one to talk about sex apps, right, Jackie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Now, let's start with the iPhone. Now, Steve-O has made it very clear that he's not a fan of adult content on the iPhone. No porn, no titillating content, but that doesn't mean that your iPhone can't potentially assist you in your own conquest. Now, here's an interesting app that I found called Wingman. We all know that half the battle is finding someone who will actually sleep with you, and this app bills itself as risk-free flirting. So it's flirting without the rejection. Here's how it works. It's basically a check-in app, which you have the option of integrating with Foursquare. Just like any check-in service, you can search for nearby locations. So here we see the usual spots: Revision 3, Aurelia's, Jolton Bowl, all places that you could potentially meet a hottie.
Absolutely.
So I can check in. And if you're checked in at a location, it'll show you who else is there. And the idea is that you can flirt with that person, but unless they flirt with you back, they don't know that you're trying to flirt with them.
Oh.
So it's rejection-free. So if I click on this sweet babe right here, it'll show you a basic little tidbit about them as well as a photo, and you can turn on the flirting option, which sends a wingman to that person. So if they're also interested in you and see that you're at the location, they turn on their wingman, and then, you get the party started. Okay, Wingman was launched in Seattle at first, which is apparently the world epicenter of social awkwardness, so who knows if this will actually catch on in the rest of the country or not. But for now, let's assume that you bag a sweet babe with Wingman and you're really, really excited about finally getting some tail. Well, it turns out there's this thing called the SEXIEST, where you can document and record all of the sweet action that you're getting on a calendar.
Yeah, actually, when we covered the App Nation event.
I use some kind of saucy apps too, like I use SEXIEST.
So it's just on the iPhone for now?
It is just iPhone for now, yeah.
Okay, with I think an Android version coming. But here's how it works. So you're given a calendar. So here we are in September, and basically what you do is you click on that date. So today it's Wednesday, as we're recording this. So I can add an event here, tap to input, and Jackie, make out sesh.
Typical.
Sesh after taping. Okay. Also made out with Raquel that day, it looks like, okay? So not only do you record these events on your calendar, you can also calculate how you're doing in each of these categories. So as you can see, according to my calculator, I average 2 events per year. Slut. Yeah. Now, like we mentioned, the iTunes Store is pretty scrupulous about keeping out nudity and anything that could be potentially construed as porn, basically the rule being we'll know it when we see it. So out of curiosity, I downloaded the Playboy app, which is of course one of the largest existing men's publications in the country. And if you're one of those people who subscribes just for the articles, you will not be disappointed, because that's basically all this app is. I was kind of surprised. Basically what you get is the current issue. So this month the cover girl is the lovely Sasha Grey. So you can scroll through, we like her. You scroll through you get all the usual features, Dear Playboy, After Hours. You can view this in this sort of scroll through format, or you can view it kind of by chapter. If you go to the actual lady features, you'll see that, let's take a look at Sasha Grey. The pictures are heavily censored. It's pretty PG-13. The girls are pretty covered up, but there are a lot of articles in there, so...
some good reads.
Yeah,
really stimulating,
good reads.
Really stimulating app there.
Yeah. So Apple PR once famously said, if you want sexy times on your phone, get an Android. Jackie, being our resident Android expert, is going to show us some of that, but first let's thank our sponsor, GoDaddy.
Looking to drive viewers to your video content? Then get a .tv domain name and stand out from the crowd. .tv domains are perfect for podcasters, video bloggers, anyone with something to say, and they're available now at GoDaddy.com. And remember, you can download GoDaddy's free iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry app to order right from your phone, manage your current domains, and more. Check out revision3.com/GoDaddy for a list of all the amazing GoDaddy deals from Revision 3. And use the code JUDGE10 for a $7.99.com domain.
Thanks, GoDaddy. I was actually really surprised when I was doing my extensive research on this matter that there's a lot of free, good quality adult apps for Android. One of them that I came across is called just Kamasutra. It's just a basic, the Kamasutra thing. So when you open the app, when you first download the app, you get a censored or blurred version in case you want to just test the waters a little bit.
Okay.
But as soon as you open it, you're going to want the uncensored version, which I have. Obviously. So once you open it, you can just get the add-on for free, and then it shows you the categories. You can just choose a random position. You can load in your favorites or learn about the app. So let's look at the categories, which include spooning positions, standing positions, woman on top, man on top. Sitting positions is actually there's nothing in there yet, so we're waiting on that one. And acrobatic positions. So just for funsies, let's click on acrobatic positions. Within there, it'll show you, for example, they have 4 positions. There's buttering, there is the seesaw, and there is a ripe mango plum. So once you click on a position you want, it'll show you the rating. It'll give you a nice little image there to follow suit. And then it goes into a pretty detailed explanation of how to perform whatever you're trying to do. So once you decide that you do like a certain position, you can add that to your favorites. Also, there's another free add-on within the app called Kamasutra for your vehicular experiences, which I thought was actually pretty badass. So this is pretty much the same thing, but instead of choosing your category, you can choose the location of like where on the car. For example, in the back seat, in the front seat, half and half. Okay. Sex on a motorcycle, that kind of thing. So let's go sex on a motorcycle and see what they have. Oh, let her drive, face to face, up the tailpipe. So there's a plethora of things you can do with your vehicle, whether it's a car or otherwise.
Which is nice because, a lot of people are on the go constantly, and a lot of people spend a lot of their time driving, and, it's a good feature for most of...
Ladies on the go, man, you gotta get where you can take it.
What else you got?
So the other one I found isn't as beefy, it's not as complex, it's nice and simple, and I'm actually a huge fan of useless information. So once I saw the Sex SMS app, I was sold. They're just tips, facts, little tidbits of information that if you get creative enough, you can use these and apply them as tips. So for example, here's this. A woman gets hit on in a bar 5 minutes faster if she's wearing makeup. Huh. There's a lot of ones that I can't say.
Didn't know that. Did know that. Interesting.
So when you see something you like and you would want to favorite or whatever, you can favorite it and then toggle between your favorites or all. And this one also gives you the option to share via text, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want to do. So what do you think?
Well, I know that the iPhone is pretty prudish, but Android doesn't have any rules against sexual content, right?
Yes, exactly. So if they're, like I said, I've done quite a bit of research in this area, and I have found some, like I said, I can't show off yet on this show. But if you're into that, if you want to see some boobies, and if you want to see some porn, and if you want to facilitate that through your Android, you absolutely can. Yeah. And there are options available.
All right, so the moral of this episode is that if you want to look at porn, get an Android.
Why do you think I'm Android?
Jackie, I don't even know.
Okay. Hey! So the apps that I talked about here, the 2, as well as the other ones that I have downloaded that I didn't mention, these are all free in the Android marketplace, which is great. They come in handy, they're useful. And I definitely recommend getting them. Check them out. Try it out for yourself.
Okay, and the apps that I talked about are all listed in the show notes. You can check out the prices there as well as the links to the apps themselves. So thanks for watching, and let us know what you think. Do you want more sexy stuff on your phone? Do you want less sexy stuff on your phone? Let us know. Send us an email at appjudgment or revision3.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our homepage at revision3.com/appjudgment. Thanks for watching.
See ya. Hair flip. There's a lot in here. There's a lot of ones that I can't say. Most of them I can't say.
Didn't know that. Didn't know that. Did know that.
Yeah, that's common.
Knew that one. Interesting.